welcome. It is great to see you. Today I am making some spring paper clips and I'm using a bunch of supplies from Beebeecraft. So I have a haul video from them up on the channel which I will link down below, and I picked up these bead caps and these really gorgeous pink beads. I'm adding them to my mix here. I've just grabbed anything in a pastel shade which is perfect for spring and Easter crafting. I have my head pins, which are from Shein, I believe, and then I've got my little looper, which is a game changer. So Chloe suggested this to me and I love it. I absolutely love it. It does leave a little gap when you close the loop, but I've actually found that to be really helpful when making dangles. So if you'd like to see me make one of those, let me know and I will show you the little trick that I've been using. But for now we are making these little spring paper clips. So I've grabbed some from my stash. I have these pastel ones. I'm not sure if they're from a swap or something, but I had a bunch of them in my little paperclip box. And I've got some mini ones on the left, or they're probably standard size really, and then the ones on the right are a bit larger. We do end up using the larger ones, and I'm just going through all of my charms, adding any that I want to use, sort of trying to pair them with which paperclip I'd like to use them with. I'm also using a bunch of jump rings, so I've got some closed jump rings, and so you can't open them with the pliers, they're like multiple loops going around. I like to use those so that I know they definitely won't come off. And then I've got your standard jump rings that you can just open with the pliers. I've got those in 5mm and 4mm. I think we mostly use the 4mm one here. Since I've found those, actually, I've been using those a lot. I really like that you can't see them very much when you join things. These are some of the little bead caps. Unfortunately, it doesn't focus very well, but I do show you them when I add them onto the beads and you can see better. So these are the teeny tiny ones. They're all floral looking, and I picked those because obviously spring and all the florals. Adding those onto my findings and then popping on a bead. I wanted a bigger one than this because I felt like the little cap looked better on there. There you go, you couldn't see that very well, but it was a little flower. And then using my bead looper, you can see it leaves a teeny tiny little gap there. And then what I like to do is use that to add it onto the ring and then squeeze it closed rather than squeezing it closed beforehand. And it saves me a jump ring, which I appreciate. And then sliding it onto the paper clip, as simple as that. And that's pretty much the basis of the dangle on the clip done. It's just adding different beads to different head pins, adding the loop, working out which charms I want, and then clustering them together on each paper clip. So on that yellow one, I've got that pale pink bead, and I'm going to add that gorgeous bunny, again from Shein. I found some really good craft stuff on there recently, actually. There's quite a few hauls and things if you want to check those out. I'm adding a little yellow bead here with another one of those bead caps. The bead caps are great if the hole in the bead is slightly too large to keep the pin in place. So each of these head pins has like a flat piece at the end, but some of the beads, the centre, it sort of disappears through it. So the bead caps are a great way to make sure your bead doesn't come off of the end. These sparkly ones from Beebeecraft are my absolute favourite. I love how they catch the light and they show all different colours. Adding these onto my jump ring. I think I'm just squeezing that closed. And you could add all sorts. You could add like a little chain and add loads of beads and charms. I just add a few onto each of these, like a little bit of something extra. These look gorgeous in scrap therapy journals or planners. You could even pop one of these little paper clips on the end of a bookmark. It would make a super cute little bookmark. And you'd be able to find your place easily with all the pretty dangly things. This one is the turquoisey minty coloured paper clip. And on this one I am adding that blue flower. I have got a pink flower bead from the lovely Chloe. And then I have got that Beebeecraft pink sparkly bead. Just adding those all on there, and then I will thread it onto my paperclip. So the paperclip goes through the closed jump ring. the one that is like permanently closed. I think it might have a different word, like a different name, sorry. Might be a split ring maybe. I'll look it up and I'll try and find a link for you. But I got all of my findings and things from beads.co.uk, and they're actually closed at the moment. I think they're planning to reopen. It said early 2023 when I looked at their website. I haven't noticed they have opened yet, but I'll keep you updated. That one turns out to be one of my absolute favourites, the little yellow one with the bunny and the pink bead. I think about adding the carrot to that. I thought that was cute, but I wanted to keep it really pastel, so I go with a couple of these little beads instead and just stack them onto that head pin there. I think I can use 3 actually, there you go. So I've got a lilac one, a little minty one, and a white one or cream. Add the loop and pop that on there as well. So I'm adding each of these onto that central loop, and then the central loop is what's going onto the paper clip. It holds them all nicely, and it means they can all dangle as well. I don't like it when they sort of, if you thread them directly onto the paper clip or on just the one jump ring, they sort of sit awkwardly. It holds them in a certain position, which I don't like. So I like that this allows them to dangle freely. That's 2 of them finished. So I've got the blue and the yellow paperclip done. I wanted these to go in pairs, so I've got another tutorial coming up really soon. I think it will be in a few days' time, to create a little egg-shaped holder for these, which I'm really excited about. I will link it in the description once it's up for you. And so I knew that it would hold 2 of these, and I wanted to make them not matching but cohesive. And actually, I can't work out which ones to put with which. So this lilac one, I have the little white daisy, that was from Etsy. A couple more little beads, this little pink bead with the white heart, and that's how that one stays. And like I said, that could go with either of the top 2. I'm trying to, so this bright pink one has another one of those sparkly pink beads from Beebeecraft, so I want that one to be in the opposite pair. I hope that makes sense, so that I only have one of those in each pair. And I'm just trying to work out what I can add to this so that that works, so that it goes with one of the others. Adding a pink and purple bead on there, and then trying to work out what else I can have. I think I add, what do we go for? Another one of these flowers. These are really pretty. I have to find out where Chloe got them from. Yeah, so that's what I add onto there. Another one of those little pink, pale pink flowers. And again, exactly the same as before, adding them all onto the one central ring and then putting that onto the paper clip. When I thread it onto the paper clip, I have it the end that there is no opening. I'm sure you can see that better than I can explain it, but I sort of put it round the once so that it's not in that end where it could easily slip off. Adding my beads on, closing them up with my pliers. I took my slightly smaller pliers away on the craft retreat and I can't find them anywhere. I'm sure I brought them home. They're probably in the box unpacked. Probably still with all the stuff that I haven't managed to put away yet, but I can't find that box. I've misplaced it, so I'm trying to use these teeny tiny like rounded ones and these giant flat ones. I think I'm going to give myself like another week to find them, and if not, just buy another pair, because it turns out I used those a lot and now I'm struggling with these 2 instead. Also, it gives me the perfect opportunity to buy a pink one, which I love. I'd much rather have all pink tools. Here are 2 of them complete. So this is the pair I think I'll put together. So the pink and the yellow paper clips. I love that bunny. That bunny is so adorable. And then the purple and the blue. But then looking at this, these are both flowers. I don't really want both to be completely flower themed. Maybe, let me know which 2 you'd put together in each pair down in the comments. I'd be interested to know. I hope you have enjoyed seeing me create these little spring paper clips. I'd love to see your versions of these with all the different charms and beads and sprinkly gorgeous bits. I will be back again to craft with you very soon. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you with that next tutorial shortly. Bye!